Welcome to Prayer, Marriage, and Family, where love lives. Come in, sit back, and buckle up for an amazing time. This train is on a non-stop trip of living, love, and laughter. Grab your favorite snack, a nice drink, and enjoy the ride. Our next stop will be Love Intentional. Bringing a purposeful time equals a powerful marriage. This stop you don't want to miss. Here are your lovely conductors of this train. They're beautiful, intelligent, and oh so elegant. Rhonda, and the handsome, exceptional, and debonair CJ. Welcome to Prayer, Marriage, and Family, where love lives. Come in, sit back.
Hello, family. How are you doing? I know some of you may just be coming in. So get in, grab your favorite snack, your favorite drink, and let's get on this train ride. We are going to be talking about the purposeful time, powerful marriage, intentional love. But before we get to that, CJ, how was your day today?
My day was eventful, full of a little bit of everything, but guess what? I'm here. Please, before I start, please excuse my voice. As you can see, I'm not sounding quite like myself, but I feel better than what I sound. So anyway, I had a great day. I'm here with you.
Yes, very busy day. Um, he's off on Tuesday evening, but not Tuesday day. So, this is our time of communicating,
Right.
our time.
Catching up.
Yeah,
Catching up.
catching up on our very busy day. We had a lot going on this last couple of days. A slight accident with the daughter. The Our Crenshaw High School Alumni Board is preparing for Shaw Day. So it's so much going on, and then we have regular life. And this is why, we've been in this thing, and I said, what, we need to talk about this because it's important to marriages or any relationship
Absolutely.
that you may have. But we specifically are focusing on marriages and those that want to get married. These are some of the things you need to think about. What do you think?
You know what, Rhonda? Before we even get started on this, it's just funny because we just talked about this before we went on air. We talked about a lot of different things while we were dating, and it seemed like we touched everything, whether it was large or small, about the issues and topics we have talked about.
Yeah.
This was one of our big ones, and we go, well, and our way out of everything is, hey, we'll make it work. We'll work at it. This has probably been not difficult, but the most trying time because our time has just been whacked. Not even at half. It's been more, and we learn to navigate and try to, get through things. Not that we have any issues or nothing like that, but man, until we actually get into the situation we talk about, it's like, whoa, this is a lot. So, like Ronnie said, this is our time right here.
Yeah.
And I'm off today, tomorrow, but for 5 days out the week, our time is like maybe what,
Yeah,
3, 4, 5 hours. Yeah.
Yeah,
Go
he's
ahead.
basically working from 8 o'clock in the morning
Yeah.
to like 12:30 at midnight. And we found when he started this new contract, a lot of you know that he does executive protection. And when he started this new contract, it was like, oh, it's good, we're good.
Talked about it.
And,
You did.
and then all of a sudden,
Reality here.
yeah, he's
Reality
coming in
here.
at 12:30. I'm in the bed sleep. I hadn't seen him uh since 8 o'clock that morning, and sometime he'd come home and grab a bite to eat around 1 o'clock, and then by 2 o'clock he's out, and so you feel some kind of way,
And then the alarm is going off at 5:36, 6
Yeah.
o'clock in the morning, and it's time to do it all over again. I have no time to just kiss her. Hi, babe. Bye, baby. We out of there.
Yeah,
So,
and then the other part of that is because I don't see him, I tend to not to go to sleep, and then when he
Right.
comes home,
Good dog.
going to set up and have a conversation, we can't because we're tired
Yeah.
of our full day. So it's working around these different little small things that can become big mountains in your marriage.
Right.
And that is what you want to avoid. So if we work on those things like now, when we see them,
Right.
okay, let's handle what are we going to do?
Right.
And so this is what we're talking about: purposeful time, making time so that your marriage can be powerful. Because if you don't make time for that spouse, there's going to be something missing. You may say something missing and you don't know what it is, and
But
then
you
one
feel
day,
it.
yeah, you feel
You
it.
feel it. Yeah.
Yeah. And one day you sit down and you look over, and your spouse is at work, or he or she are doing something, and it's going to help the family. We're not saying you take away
Right.
that. It's helping the family. Because I told CJ, I said, we're good. We're every we could pay our bills, we could do the things that we need to do, but there's something that's just it was off.
It was off.
And
Yeah.
so that's why we chose this topic tonight. So for those of you that are thinking about marriage, those of you that are dating, those of you that are married, and those of you who have been married a long time, CJ and I are going on 2 years this year, finding love at 60, and you're finding that it's not as easy to navigate through it because we had our separate lives, and when you've been single for a long time, it's hard when you bring somebody into your space. And so now we navigate in the waters of how are we going to have purposeful time so that we can have a powerful marriage.
Let me share this with our family. When you're around a person, as long as, and you know what, we only been around each other physically and spiritually for a short while. But I told her last night, was it last night or the night before? She said, I got a great topic for our next, for our next show. I said, I've been thinking about this, and to myself, just off of what she was talking about, I said, you know what? Tomorrow, we just gonna go, maybe have a drink or eat something, and I want to talk to her about something about us trying to navigate our time. It was on this very topic, and she came in there the other night and said, "Babe, I got the topic," and she brought me these little notes and stuff. I said, "What is it?" And I started reading. I almost got choked with emotion. I'm like, I can't believe this is what you want to talk about because I'm going to talk to her about it. And my whole point is, obviously, we was on the same page at the wavelength with this topic. And like we said, it was never nothing negative or nothing like that. But when you say, "Oh, we can handle this, we can do it," be careful what you ask for, because now that we have set into this, where our time has not been cut in half, it's been cut in three quarters almost. You have to really sit down and think, okay, what are we going to do?
Absolutely. So my question to you: what is a purpose filled marriage? What is love on purpose? What do that look like to you, CJ?
Love on purpose to me is with a positive intent. A love on purpose is something that you know what you're doing. Because purpose means that you have a goal in it and you know what you're doing. And when you love on purpose, that means you know. To me, if you ask me, to me it means that you're loving with a mean. You're loving with a goal instead. You're loving with what you know that you need to do. It's not just willy nilly and out there. I love you. No, why do you love? Why do I love you? What makes me love you? So it's always something, a guaranteed reason as to why you do things. Love is when you love on purpose. That means you have something in mind, a goal right there that you're trying to achieve.
And it's intentional. Love is intentional. When you're in a marriage, a relationship, love is intentional.
Absolutely.
It's not a convenience. When you love on purpose, you love intentionally. You love with intention. Like he said, why do you love me? Some people say, I just love you.
Right.
Okay, but what is it about me that you love? What is it about me that makes your boat float? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So we in marriages, you love with intentions.
Right.
Now, here's the thing: a lot of us then grow up knowing how to be so much of a whole wife, mother, and all of that.
Right.
We learn things about motherhood, and we see our family and friends and moms and dads and friends in marriages, and you see them out, and you think it's great. But what's really the goal? What is the intention? The intention is that I'm going to make time
Ooh.
for my spouse, for my significant other. I have to make time for that. And if I don't make time, there's going to be a piece missing. We're not talking about bedroom time so much.
Right.
We talk about the time where you get out and you go for a walk.
Right.
The time you sit down and you watch a movie. The time that you sit down and you just have a conversation. Nothing else, no one else around. And it's so intentional that you make your date for that time. That's what it is. When you love, when you have purposeful time, you have set aside time that day for your spouse. Now, one thing that we always know, I often say, yes, I'm a wife, I'm a mother, but I'm also a woman. And each three of those women need specific care.
That's right. That's right.
See, he can't fulfill me as a mother because I'm not his mother.
Right.
My children give me that fulfillment. I can fulfill myself as a wife and what I do for my spouse, but as a woman, my husband has to meet those needs, every one of those needs, for me as a woman.
And you know what, Ron, is important with what you started off with. I'm talking. Well, this could go for men and women. Listen, for the two of us, I think it holds true for any relationship. What we're talking about at this point right now, at this time, making time is probably the most important element.
Absolutely.
Important element in anybody's relationship. Sure, communication, ultra important. It's honestly, ultra important. Trust, yes. But unless you make time with your significant other, in this case with my wife, she's touched on this a couple of times. Something will become off. And you'll notice it because they'll be like, he or she is not doing, or they looking different, or they feel. You can tell when you enter your spouse. You can tell when something is not right, something's off.
Right, and let me interject right there. You have to be aware of your spouse's needs.
Absolutely, yeah.
If you're not aware of his or her needs, you'll never feel that there's something off.
Absolutely.
The need to connect with your significant other, your spouse, my husband, should be felt, and it should be answered to, because there's a question in that person's mind, well, what's going on? So you have to be aware of your spouse. I have a thing, it's called the 3Ds. You have to love deliberately. You have to be disciplined when you love, and you have to be direct in your love.
Important.
Deliberate love, direct love, and most of all, discipline in your love. So your life has to be disciplined around your marriage so that the things that you're going to do, you know, this is what I have to do because I'm disciplined to do so.
Absolutely. And you know, Rhonda touched on this earlier. A lot of people equate love with what goes on in the bedroom. That's
Yeah.
you know, we're older, and yeah, we was 18, 19, 25, 30 years old.
Can't swing from no chandelier.
Let me tell you something. What we do for us is more gratifying than a lot of things. We have taken walks, 2, 3, 4 mile walks on the beach, just walking, just talking. And you know what? When we get home, we are so gratified because we'll sit down and talk about our walk. Absolutely. And that might seem like it's small, but try it. We sit up, we come home, as we mentioned before, knowing she's tired, but she probably feel like I'm tired, but we'll sit up here in front of that TV, and before you know, we done gone through 2 movies.
Yes.
And we laugh,
Absolutely.
we cry, we talk about the movie, because a lot of them that we watch have substance to it.
Yes.
Yeah, substance.
Yes.
And we sometimes like, well, why? Well, how come? Oh my God. You know, a lot of them are full of emotion. So you can find the smallest thing that become large in your relationship. That means a lot, goes a long way.
Yeah, and the thing is, I heard we were watching the movie, and I can't remember the name of the movie, but matter of fact,
Campbell, yeah.
And Tisha Campbell, shout out to her. But in the part that we've seen, she says to her spouse, I cannot teach you
That's right.
how to love me.
That's right.
And I thought, wait a minute,
That's
yes, we
right.
can. But no, we can't. We can only give love and they see what we give.
Yeah.
I can't teach
Yeah.
this man how to love me.
Right.
And she was making a point. I can't teach you how to love me. You have to know and learn how to love me.
Mm-hmm.
I can only show you. I can only walk with you
Mm-hmm.
and hope that you realize that this is what love looked like. Love is an action word.
Yes, it is.
Love is good. When you are in love, when your emotions go up or down, you still know how to react in either situation. So I really was, when I heard that doing that commercial, I thought, oh my God, whoever wrote that part, it was amazing. I can't teach him how to love me. I could show him that I love him. I could show him that I adore him. He has to learn in his own way, right, how to love me. Right. And that's important for any relationship. We have to get out of it that I could train her or I could train him to do whatever. Let me tell you, there's no training. These are not, we don't train persons like that. You have to have the love. And so when it's up or down, you still have to be able to show love. Whether it's up or down, good or bad. And sometimes it can get bad. And I'm not saying that, but sometimes in love, it can get bad. And you're like, I'm done. I can't do this. But have you given your all in the relationship to make it better?
That's so true. You know what? Effort is everything.
Absolutely.
Effort is
Absolutely.
everything. When you come into a relationship brand new, we were lucky because we've known each other for a long time, but we didn't know each other then. You know what I'm saying? So when you come into a brand new relationship, part of the relationship is discovering and try to figure out she, what can I do? What is it that she like to do? And you know what makes a relationship strong and growing is learning.
Absolutely.
You don't want the other person telling you, well, I want you to do this, or why did you do that, or we can do. You know what? The fun part of it is, it might not seem like it's fun to you while you're going through it, but it builds chemistry and strength, and that's what makes the love grow because you're learning on your own with each other, yes, the do's and don'ts and the likes. And yeah, once you achieve that, I'll look at her and say, this woman really do love me because she took the time and the effort on her own and realized through my actions back to her that bingo, I mean, here's something that I know he likes or she likes. So that's important. It's the effort. Put the effort in there. She'll recognize it from you guys, and we'll definitely recognize it from the women that, there's an effort there and they're trying, and that goes a long way.
Being aware of your spouse's needs, being aware of their feelings is so important. And then you prioritize and then you protect that.
Ooh.
Two P's.
Ooh.
Prioritize your marriage,
Ooh.
your relationship. And speaking of marriage, prioritize your marriage and then protect what you have prioritized. So for your marriage is going to be a priority.
It has to be.
Friends, family, all the extra people, you may love them in a different kind of way, but when it comes to your spouse, you have to prioritize that part of your relationship. And once you say, okay, this is my priority, let me protect. I have to protect that.
That's big because sometimes in marriage and relationship, and once again, we always talk about a lot of different things, and we have touched the waters in a lot of different things. Priority had better be one of your big things because just like Rhonda said, sometime in a relationship you get so comfortable with one another that you kind of like, okay, well, you know what? He knows or she knows such and such and such. You don't slip away or fade away, but sometimes your priority might drift. That don't mean that you don't love your spouse. That don't mean that you're not in love with your spouse. But sometimes when you start drifting off, it's felt. Once again, something becomes off. Priority is, whew, that's a big one. And then she talking about protected. She'll tell you this about me. Can't nobody be a bigger protector than me. That's what we just talking about us right now as a married couple. But when it comes to my wife and my kids, mm-mm. That's all I'm gonna say is mm-mm.
And see, the thing is, don't make your marriage an afterthought.
Mm, mm,
You know,
mm,
I got other things to do. Don't make it an afterthought.
mm,
I am not an afterthought.
mm-mm.
I should be the first thought.
What you say, babe?
I'm not an afterthought.
What you say?
I should be the first
Absolutely. People, if it, we not sitting here to preach. We sitting here to teach, and we done been through a lot of different things. We in our late 60s now. We done seen some stuff. Listen, if your significant other, your wife or husband cannot be your number one priority, what are we talking about?
Oh, that
What are we talking about?
That part.
What are we love our kids to death. Knowing nothing gonna take the place of our kids. If this woman right here, as my wife, can be my number one priority, well, what does she need me for?
Mm-hmm.
What are you somebody to her? Mm-hmm. And I'm just talking about in general all relationships. Mm-hmm. If your spouse and significant other can't be your number one priority, there's an issue there.
And here's the thing: sometimes we get so wrapped up in working, making the money, making sure that we have a roof over our head, making sure the cars, making sure the children, making sure we have food, making sure we have clothes. We get so wrapped up in that, we forget.
Yes, we do.
I often say, people say the American dream is to have your own home and to buy your own home. I somewhat disagree. The American dream for some of us is to make it day by day, just to be able to pay our rent, just be able to pay our house note as we do, just to be able to pay a gas bill, a light bill, put food on the table. Yep. That is the dream for a lot of people because they don't have it even in marriages. Mm-hmm. So if you don't have it in a marriage, you still have to make your spouse priority. Mm-hmm. And the thing is, yes, it's important for us to work. But if you're going to work and forget your spouse while you working,
what are we talking about?
You're making the money, you got a beautiful home, you got nice cars, you could go anywhere you want to and eat, you could do whatever you want to, but your spouse is sitting over there in the corner, sad because there have not been no time to connect emotionally. Now, marriage is not sustained by emotions. Let me say that. But it's sustained by consistency, your consistency in your marriage to your spouse and spending time. You have to be consistent. You can't do it today and then next month, I guess I forgot, we need to go out to dinner. It have to be a consistency. Put it on the calendar. This is our date night. I hear a lot of people talk about date night. We're going to have a date night. There's a reason for date night.
Right.
Especially when you have children, grandchildren, aunts, uncles, all these things are important. Mm-hmm. And let me say this, money answers for something, but money don't answer for all things because money cannot keep your marriage together.
Let me say this, babe. Another thing that we talked about, and we are blessed to be able to talk about just about any and everything. Yeah. And we have. This is one thing we talked about because we've been very clear with you, family. With what I do, I can make a lot of money. Ooh. A lot of money. What's important to me, and this woman here has supported me through everything, and I repeat, I will not make any kind of move unless I come talk to her first. Yeah. And the first thing she said, well, babe, go ahead and do it. And I get to thinking, and just off of what the topic we're talking about right now, my heart won't let me do that because with the work I do, I might be gone 3, 4, 5 days at a time, possibly a week. The money will be good, but what is my wife doing? She didn't sign up to be a part. That's what it turns out to be, a part-time wife, because her husband's gone all the time. I have made a conscious decision. Let me do my job, but where I can still do it in the context of home too. Home to for me at this stage of my life is more important than anything. I'm a family man. This is who I married. This is the one who told me yes. This is my priority. My number one priority. Love my kids. Every last one of them. But this is my number one priority. So what matters to me in our marriage is what's going on in this house.
Right.
What goes on in this house.
Absolutely.
And right now it's tough. I have a good little job going on with who I'm looking after and stuff. But now we're sacrificing our me time because I get started so early in the morning, get home so late. So I can only, with us being like this, I can only imagine what it's like if I was flying on a jet somewhere with somebody, or people think that's their life. No,
So
no,
it's not the quantity of time,
right.
it's the
It's
quality
just
of time.
quality, right?
So what we have done, we're sitting down and said, okay, we know that he works. That's why the show was switched from Monday to Tuesday.
Right, right.
And then we have a lot of time on Tuesdays and Wednesdays so that we can have that time for us, whether if we go to dinner, wherever,
Right.
that's our time. That's our time to connect. That's our time to talk about whatever we're going to talk about and enjoy that time.
Right.
He pays attention to me. I pay attention to him.
Right.
And here was the big thing. I went to him and said, "There's something that is
She did.
is
She
not
did.
is missing here."
She did.
You know, and I was like, he's working so much and he's in, he's out. He's
Yeah.
in, he's out.
Yeah.
And I brought it to his attention. And sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, we have to bring it to our spouse attention.
Have to.
They may be so
Have to.
wrapped up in taking care of us, taking care of the home, taking care of the children. We have to stop lovingly and say, babe, you know what? We need to sit down and talk. We're going, and I'm missing you.
Absolutely.
I'm missing sitting down talking to you. I'm missing holding your hand. I'm missing putting my hand on your knee. I'm missing you holding my hand while we watch movies.
Right.
I miss, going to fix popcorn.
Right.
We have to let them know. You have to communicate that, because if you don't,
Please.
then that little bitty thing becomes a big thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then you wonder, well, what happened? I'm taking care of the family. I'm paying the bills. We got a beautiful home.
Right.
I got this. I got that. Why is she so unhappy? Because you're not spending time with quality. Her, or the lady is not spending time with her spouse. And so that's why I say consistency is very, very important. Intentionalism is very, very important. Sound decisions are very, very important in your relationship. You have to make sound decisions. Let me say this. We talk about the Bible and we talk about scripture and things like that. And as I was studying and going through this, we so quick to say, I have to love Sister Sally outside the church. If I don't love her, the Bible said, I got to love. If I don't love, I'm not going to make it in, so I better try to love. But what about loving in your home? What about loving your spouse actively? What about being kind to your spouse actively? What about not being self-seeking, but seeking self? In other words, you seek yourself so that you can love your spouse. Love is a choice. It's a behavior. He has to see my behavior in love.
Right.
And so when we want to quote scripture, we need to be quoting scripture in our home. If you're a Christian, if you're not a Christian, whatever affirmation, whatever that thing is that you think will bring you and your spouse together, you got to quote that in your home. You can't go out there and say, I'm going to love Sister Sally, and you don't love your husband or you don't love your wife. So we have to be intentional. If it says love is action, love is kind, let's show that to our spouse. That's what we're supposed to do. Love is intentional. It's a conscious choice.
Ooh, that's heavy right there. That's exactly what it is. I'm gonna let the family hit on something. Rhonda touched on this about letting your spouse know. Family, we've been married almost 2 years. The little spats we have, you won't believe what they're behind. Rhonda, get off that computer. Get off of it now.
Yep.
She would come to me. I might come in. Babe, go sit down. No, I can do. Go sit down. This is the kind of stuff we have spats about. And I think God above, I said, dang it, that's all we're going to disagree. We living a lot. But in all seriousness, I know who I married.
Mm-hmm.
I know what I married. And once my wife gets started on a project or something, what I'm going to say? Because sometimes I look at her, I know she's tired. I know she's doing too much. Dang, you've been on that hour 6 hours. I mean, been on that computer 6 hours.
Yeah.
No exaggeration. But this is me. Because I want to say something. It's not that I'm afraid to approach her, but I know she's going to say, just let me finish, let me finish. So now I'm watching her. I got to kind of keep my eye on her. And afterwards, I say, okay, that's enough. She always gets a kick out of it. I say, I'm making an executive decision here. I'm putting my foot down. That's enough.
His executive decisions, he's going to put his foot down. Uh, at this moment, we are getting ready to take a break, and we're gonna gather ourselves. Pretend like we got makeup people. We gonna pretend like
wipe off our own sweat and
wipe off
stuff.
our own sweat. So we will be right back with you in a moment.
Don't go nowhere.
Yes, please stay by.
This commercial is brought to you by Parsips, Pure Angel Referral Counseling Consulting Placement Services, where they listen, learn, laugh, and live with you. Go to parsips.com and receive the best services catered to your needs, serving Inglewood and other Los Angeles County communities.
Hand in glove, push these BM but Cadillac. Rolling together, we've got each other's back. Yeah. Surfboards ride where the ocean sings. Skylines climb where the concrete rings. Yes. Mountains high or the burrows swing. Yes. Love's the thread that ties these strings. It's not the miles, it's not the cars, it's the love that spans the stars. West Coast family love, East Coast family love. Rolling down the highway hand in glove. Mercedes BM but no Cadillac. Rolling together, we've got each other's back. Waves of the city's hum. Doesn't matter where we're coming from. The ties that bind are made of gold. Coast to coast, our hearts are bold. Oh, West Coast family.
Welcome back. Welcome back. We're so glad that yeah, join us back. That was our little commercial break. My glam squad had to come and glam me back up, and his glam squad had to come. You know what they say? If you want to be big, you got to think big. So we got a glam.
Let us have our glam. We don't know when they had you, but let us have our glam.
This is what it's all about. Is you want to do something and you want to do it on a level that's good, but you want to also keep it home and you want to keep it in the community, and that's what we're doing. We want to keep Black families and Black marriages yet growing, as we do all marriages. Our focus, is on Black marriage, Black love. It's nothing like being in love. But as we continue on, we were talking about being intentional, and when you are deliberate, when you are disciplined and direct, those are some important things that you need to continue to do. And then you have to daily make daily choices about your marriage.
You know, it's funny you said that. I was just looking at a quote here. I'm gonna share it. It says,
He got on his glasses,
"Oh,
y'all.
I can't see. Dog. I put myself all the way out there. I can't see. I think it's just what you touched on. It's a daily choice to invest time, attention, and grace into your spouse, self, and family. For me, I live by that. I ride and die and live by that because that's just what we've been summarizing the whole time we've been here tonight with you. And we got critics like that. So I think that's the ultimate formula to a successful marriage.
Yes.
That's the ultimate formula. If you can embody your relationship and marriage around that right there, you have it with and include God, you have everything else with.
Oh my goodness.
You have everything else with.
Absolutely. Because what is love on purpose? Love on purpose is choosing to be present with your mate. I am present with my mate, even when life get busy. When we think we don't have the time in the middle of the day, I have to be present in my relationship with my husband. And if I'm not present, then there can then a gap or something is there. But we have to make ourselves present. This is choosing to be present. Choosing that my marriage is powerful. The time that I spend with my husband is a powerful time. So when you love on purpose, you love deliberately. Absolutely. And you love it with joy and peace. Now you're gonna have arguments. You're gonna have disagreements. You know what? And I use arguments, but we don't argue. But you're gonna have disagreements. Right. And you're gonna have those tough conversations. But if those tough conversations is gonna keep you trying to solve the issues within your marriage, keep having those tough conversations because eventually you're going to say, okay, I really need to listen. I really need to hear what my spouse is saying. Yeah. Because sometimes we're hearing, but we're not listening. We can hear stuff, but we're not listening to the depth of what they're saying. And so oftentimes we do feel like I'm on Venus and he's on Mars. We're in two different atmospheres. So it's important to try to stay in the atmosphere of your marriage and protecting and honoring your marriage. It's not the easiest thing to do. You know what? If it was easy, everybody would be doing it. That is so important because man, if once you know what it's like what I said, you ain't gotta be having no knockdown, drag out fights because a lot of times it's not that serious. But you know what? Once you achieve and you come to a medium or agreement in discussing, actually it's a difficult conversation sometimes, that keeps the relationship healthy. That's healthy because you don't want to sit there and think and just pretend like everything is peachy keen. Anybody who said they don't fight and argue, they're lying. They're lying. They're lying because everybody does. No, we don't fight. We don't argue. We come to a conclusion. We just and we don't fist the cuff. Because she will be. But but the thing about it is, you know what? It's never that serious. You know, what you get raising your blood pressure for? Oh, for what? For what? At this age, it don't make sense. So you need to. I know we talked about this earlier in other shows we did. You gotta have conversation. Be open to conversation. Sometimes you don't feel like it, but if your spouse said we need to talk about something, that nope, I don't want to do it right. That doesn't work. And you might not feel like talking at that time, but if it's important for her, and I'm looking at her, and I know what's coming, you better sit there and listen. Because the more you avoid it, it's gonna filter in you. It's gonna fester in you. So that open conversation has to be had and done. And once it's had and done, the world is good. And it is hard when you are trying to have a conversation and temperatures have risen and then you don't want to talk. Sometimes you have to sit and let them process. Men a little bit can't process as fast as women.
Mm. We're gonna have one after the show's over.
But sometimes we all have to sit and process,
Yeah.
because in the moment everybody's trying to get their point across.
Right, right.
And I said to CJ one day, and I was talking, and he wanted to interject, and I said, after he got through, I said, you can't hear what I'm saying if you're already trying to answer what I'm asking the question, or what I'm saying, the statement I'm making. How can you be listening to what I'm saying when in your mind you're already thinking in your mind, this is how I'm going to answer what she's saying?
Mm-hmm.
So we have to listen. And I know I do it sometimes too. I got something I need to say right now. I need to get it out.
Mm-hmm.
And he's taking too long, and I need it to say it right now, because if I don't, I'm gonna forget it.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes we have to wait here and hope we remember what we was going to write down, so we can say that. And then that helps a lot. Then they know that you're listening. And so part of that is protecting your marriage. Part of that is protecting your relationship. When your partner, your spouse, your wife, your husband recognize
Mm-hmm.
what you're saying, and he feel what you're saying, and then he can adapt himself to what you say, to say, okay, I love this woman, I love this man enough to where I'm gonna try to adapt to what she's saying, because I hear her. So now that I've heard her, now that I've listened to it, let me try to make some changes. Let me try to make some changes. And don't be so quick to say it's not me, it's him. It's him.
Mm-mm.
You're not protecting your marriage.
Right.
When the Bible tells us love is kind, love is peace.
Mm-hmm.
It's him. That's not kind, especially the way you say it. Honey, that's you. That's not me. That's you.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to learn how to communicate. And when you communicate the love, and he feels that she's listening to me. She's actually listening to me.
Mm-hmm.
He's actually listening to me. And then it makes everything better.
Mm-hmm.
Then you could go and you could talk and say, you know what, I was wrong about A, B, C, or D. Or you know what, I get what you're saying. I finally get what you're saying. I didn't understand it before, but I understand it now.
It's funny that 'cause I can't believe she talked about that, because the next thing I was going to talk about, both of us have something we do or say that is kind of comical, but it's like an antenna raiser. It's like, like, what? When I know that she's missing something from me in our marriage, and once again, family, we're not talking about no why, it's because of our schedules. Because she's busy, I'm busy, and this is our time. When I get home sometime and she'll come in that door, say, "Come on," and when she does that, oh, okay, this is something I should have done maybe, because she's missing this. She said, "Just get in the car, and we might be gone maybe 2 or 3 hours. When we come home, it was the best outing ever, ever." And with her, birthdays, Father's Day stuff come up, and she'll say, "Baby, what you want? What you want me to get you?" And I go, "My wife," and she'll just sit there and look, as if to say, "Dang, I've been so busy." And you can see it in her face. See, I don't think she dejected, but it's kind of like, oh,
too busy about thinking about the birthday,
right.
the Valentine Day, the Christmas, whatever the thing. Too busy thinking about that to where I'm forgetting about him.
And we all are guilty of that. Every last one of them. You can't be. I always said this, family. The word perfect is no such. It's no such animal. There's no such. We all are on trial and error. We all slip and fall sometimes. We all make mistakes.
Ooh.
Yes, women. Yes, men. We all make mistakes. The important thing is recognize it and correct it. Attempt to correct it. That will go longer in your marriage than anything. Because she would love to see the effort being made.
Yeah.
I would love to see the effort. And then I can say, well, dang, you know what? That's all it needs, that she rectifies what I'm trying to say, or he rectifies what I'm trying to say. Is those her thing is perfect. But you know what? She's perfect for me. She's the closest thing to perfect for me. There's nobody else out there for me. Nobody else. And I tell her all the time. She'll tell me, I love you, Clarence Jones. I said, you ain't got to tell me that another time. Until the Lord take me off this earth, you ain't got to tell me that another time, because I know. How do I? And she goes, how do you know? I said, because my heart tells me so.
That's his word.
I said, my heart tells me.
He's so sincere, in that, like, when you talk about Romans, the love chapter, it says love is sincere and it honors others.
Right.
His love is so sincere, and he honors me with that love. And that is what we're supposed to do. If I can't honor my spouse with my love, then I can't honor nothing else. I have to be able to honor him with love first. And instead of going out there, so I'm gonna honor and love somebody more than I love my spouse. And then love is deed. He brings me flowers. And
Wow.
it surprises me every time he gets
Yeah,
me.
it does.
Every time.
It
For the
does.
last over 2 years, because it's been going on, he's been bringing me flowers over
Over
2 years.
yeah.
And every time he could walk out the door, say, oh, I'm going to the store, I'm got to pick up milk, whatever. And he come in with these fresh flowers. He knows I love fresh flowers, and they're all over our home. But it surprises me every time.
It does.
It's not one time I'm not surprised, because I'm not expecting him to go to the store and bring back flowers. Not just one. I have probably 4 vases that I put flowers in, from the living room to the kitchen to the family room to our bedroom. And so that's his deed. You love indeed as well. You love with the gifts you may give her. Whether you write it on a piece of paper, I was thinking about you today, honey. I was thinking about you today, babe. It's the deed. It's such a deed. And then you do it with sincerity. You do it with honesty. And you do it in your truth. That's what makes me as a woman be like, hey, can nobody else beat this dude right here? Because he's so sincere. And I see it in his eyes. I hear it in his voice. And I feel his heart, because I am aware. And because I am aware, I'm not going to do anything to bring us to that point to where we can rectify any situation in our home.
Right.
Because it not only affects us, it affects the children, the grandchildren, and the great grandchildren. And so we work on it. Even in our 60s, we work on it. We had relationships before, we had marriages before, and you learn from those marriages what I'm not going to do, what I am going to do. And it could be good lessons, because you take the good lessons with you. You don't bring the bad lessons. But the things that I didn't do before, I'm like, okay, I have to improve on my communication. I have to improve on trying to understand my spouse and my husband. And here's the thing. My late husband was in the Marine Corps. He was Army. And so he stayed gone a lot. And there was times wow, I didn't sign up for this life.
Yeah.
What could I have done different? I said, down, okay, I'm not going to do this. Why you can't be at home? Why you got to be gone off overseas, or why you got to be in another country? Well, I'm married into the Corps. And I remember when, at the time back in the 70s when I got married, I want to say the executive officer there said, Marine, if we wanted you to have a wife, we would have issued you one. And scared me, because I didn't know what I was getting into then. But it was a difficult period, because he's gone. You're there with the children by yourself. You're doing all these things all the time by yourself. So some of those things that I didn't know how to handle then, I said, this is what I'm going to do different in my relationship. So I brought my learning stuff that I learned how to communicate. Honey, hey, something going on here. And so you learn from relationship
Absolutely.
what not to bring, and the things that you've learned that was good and you know that will
That's right.
edify your partner and your marriage, you bring those into your marriage.
Absolutely, because we talk about love after 60 a lot.
Yes.
You know what? Just because we're beyond 60 don't mean we know everything.
Oh,
It don't matter. Listen to us, family. If you're dating now 18, 21, 25, the same things that you guys are dealing with now, we're dealing with.
absolutely.
The big difference is because we are seasoned. Just off of what Rhonda said, we're seasoned now. We know how to go about handling the same things you guys are going through. We just know how to handle it differently.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to sit here and scream and cuss for what? That's why we got mouths to communicate.
Mm-hmm.
Use your brain cells to communicate. There's other ways to do things.
Mm-hmm. And the thing is, we get a lot of people say, "That's John." Well, y'all old,
Yes, we
y'all
do.
don't go through
Yeah.
what we do. Oh, baby, yes, we
Yes, we
do.
do. Yes, we do.
We go through the same things, but we go through it on a different level.
Yeah.
We're a little bit more mature.
Right.
And so I want to say, I want to end up. You have, we're ending up this talk on love.
Already?
Yeah,
Okay.
already. Our hour is almost up. But I do want to say this. Love on purpose recognize that a strong marriage is not sustained by emotion alone, but by consistency. And I said this, before.
Yeah.
By consistency, by and being by intentionalism and sound decision.
Mm-hmm.
Make a choice. Be deliberate. Be disciplined and be direct in your marriage with your spouse so that your purposeful time is purposeful.
Mm-hmm.
You get something out of it. And then you build a powerful marriage. I always say, have a good day on purpose with a purpose. So, on purpose, your purpose is I'm going to make sure I'm aware of my spouse on purpose. I'm going to make sure I spend time with my spouse on purpose, no matter how busy I get.
Absolutely. And this doesn't really need to be said. If you do that, just off that last segment she just talked about, if you do that, life will be good.
Life will be
Life
good.
will be good. We're living life. We're loving life. We're still the lovebirds. And this woman, she said yes.
So that's our
She said
time
yes.
with Prayer, Marriage, and Family. We thank you for joining this segment of Purposeful Time, Purposeful Marriage. And we do hope the couples out there understand that you need to spend some purposeful time with your spouse.
Please, please.
So you can have a powerful marriage. That's what Black love is all about.
Please.
It's just not about making money. It's just not saying I'm the power couple. To wear the title power couple, it's not about the money, but it's about the power inside of you and your spouse that comes together and you make it work. So this is your girl Rhonda and your boy CJ Jones. Prayer, Marriage, and Family. We see you next week, family.
Promise.
Tuesday. Promise. At 7 o'clock.